now today's video we're going to have a look at different options for anvils, possible anvils. They're not of course anyway near enough as great as the real thing, but when you're in India and you can't just go into a big massive huge DIY store where they may or may not even have an anvil, you know, normally you have to order these as far as I'm aware of. You just got to pick whatever you can and make do with whatever you got. And in the last kind of month I've been kind of gathering together different kind of anvil options and realizing, oh, this actually might even work better. And so I've been kind of gathering kind of bits and pieces. And I'm going to go now in a minute, and you won't see this, but there's a railway track, small one, like not the bigger ones, but the smaller ones, sticking in a lump of concrete. And I want to see if I can get that out of there, at the side of the road. It used to be maybe a sign. Somebody blow-torched the head off it to recover most of the actual track itself and left that piece in there. So that would be a really amazing substitute for an anvil. If I can get that out of there, I'm going to be happy. Okay, 1 hour later, and basically, normally the railway track should be lined up perfectly here. So imagine a beautiful railway track bit of metal here. The people who put it in there did a great job. It was like granite with concrete mixed together and a big lump of it, and I was stuck in there, and I tried my best, trust me. Sometimes it's just too much work. And the thing was bent, and yeah, it was a bit rusty and holes in it and stuff, and in the end I just said nah. So the first option I would have, of course, is that railway track. Why? Because it's made out of carbon steel, it's very, very hard, and trains, you know, have been rolling over it, so it's really, really strong, durable metal. So they, of course, make good anvils, and you can see lots of examples on YouTube of people making really beautiful anvils out of these. Now the second option, or the worst option that I actually had, so that would have been the best. Now the worst is this, what do you call it, a steel girder, because it's made out of mild steel, and it's basically, it'll probably do at a push, but what I really, like eventually it'll just get battered up, but what I really don't like about it is, and you won't pick this up on the camera, is how loud and pingy that thing is. It's really like a horrible noise. Imagine you're doing that for a long time. Now I wanted to give this, I haven't tried this yet, I wanted to give it a try to put a chain around it and see if that actually makes it sound somewhat less pingy. You probably need like way more chain, but just to see if that makes any difference. Actually, that is actually a huge difference. Okay, I have to wrap it tight, but to be honest, the ping is gone. Okay, so that's good to know. It really does work. The chain thing does work. But that's basically something I'm not going to go for. This is going to become my cross piece. Oh, by the way, this is my oven. I've changed the design of it so that the smoke goes more into that area. So I'm going to put this guy here now. Waste nothing. I'm going to put that in here, and then I'm going to have my fire in there. Close this off, and then the smoke should all go out of it. Now the second option is going to be this big huge lump. It's an actual weight, and it's mild steel as well, so it's not the best thing. But that's about 24 kilos. Not about, it's roughly 24 kilos, I think. Exactly, probably 24 kilos. It's 55, it's 22 kilos, I think. 55 or 56 pounds of metal, and the heavier the damn thing is, the better it is going to be for an anvil. But the problem with this one is it's battered to smithereens, basically, and the other side doesn't look much better either. I'll get you a close-up of this. It's basically, yeah, it's just not good enough, you know. But it has a few shapes that I'm interested in. It has this nice round shape here. I don't know if you can see it. It's lovely, and it's soft as well. Like, it's not battered on this face. So I could use it for something. I could use it for something. So I have that option always to use it, and it's going to make a good anvil. Now, if I can borrow a grinder, maybe I could just cut off the top. Is that a good idea? Anybody watching knowing this kind of stuff? You're more than welcome to tell me. This is, of course, then a leaf spring from a car, or truck rather. No, that one's from a car. And I could get somebody to weld that on top. Is that a good option? I'm not sure. It's a hard stuff. It's really hard leaf steel, leaf spring steel. Now this third option, and this is what I'm going to go for, is I have this really good face tool steel lump hammers. 2 of them. And they were dead cheap as well, which is great. So I'm going to make a double sledgehammer anvil. That's what I'm going to call this video. My knuckles, apparently you're supposed to put the head of the anvil face where your knuckles kind of are. So I still have a bit of room. This would be too high, so I need to cut this off. Isn't actually too bad. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I have 2 pieces like this, I'm going to cut them in half and I'm going to nail them onto the top and the bottom of this side, top and bottom of this side, and that's going to solidify the base really well. Then what I was going to do is sink this guy down into the wood, have my type of overlarge hardy hole, which will probably still work for some tools. I could use bends and stuff like that. I'm going to sink that in there. Now what I was going to do, and I'm not sure, I'm not going to do this because it's a bad idea, I'm going to have to figure out a different solution. So I was going to put this in there like that, and then have that as my hammering, my flat face, but it's even quite round, so it actually would be more useful for making like round shapes more than anything. So I'm not going to do that. It also doesn't feel safe or anything. So I'm going to have to come up with something different. Now it would be handy if I had it maybe like that. Then I have this nice surface here that I could use. But again, I'm getting too close to this corner here. Wait a minute. Maybe I stick you in here like that. So that would not be a bad idea. Hang on. If I sink these 2, that's pretty heavy. If I sink those 2 down into there, I'd have a nice long piece here. I'd have these little gaps that I could bend. I could actually bend stuff into this. I'd have my hardy hole. I'd have a bendy thingy. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh yeah, I nearly forgot. I need to figure out what height I'm going to have this. So let's just say there. Get down. Q out. Set that like that. That's exactly where it is. Maybe some of you might be thinking, and I definitely thought about it, why not just get these hammers really hot and sink them into it, red hot, and then just, push them into it. Might harden up the wood even. But I'm thinking maybe this would be a bad idea because those are tempered probably. Those hammers are, I don't know, maybe they're not tempered, but maybe heating them up, probably heating them up will change apparently there's a structure to steel. There's grains and it changes the grain size. It would normalize it again and that would make it weaker. So that's why I'm not doing that. So I might get this done pretty quick. Alive here, the mosquitoes, it's now the time, especially when it's raining, and it's about nearly 6 o'clock and 5:30, maybe 5:20, 40, I don't know what time it is. The mosquitoes are coming out and they're really annoying me, and I'm just going to get out of here now. I'm just going to pack up everything And hopefully tomorrow it's going to rain, because then I can kind of justify. I'm just going to carry on tomorrow afternoon, I think, with this. And yeah, I just really want to make a pair of tongs now. I want to start forging. I really want to start making something. For that I need an anvil. And yeah, so I'll see you in about a second, which will be tomorrow. Yeah, so see you in a sec. Okay. Do that. Nice. Woo! Let's get his leg off this. The camera's in the way. Move that around a bit. I did think of using the hairdryer for this, but it would just be too much air to sort of blow away. Okay, it's time to finish. That's enough now, I think. Okay, that's pretty looking good. Get you in there. It's a little bit high still. Oh yeah, that isn't bad. It's a little bit high now on this side. Nothing we can't fix. I'm happy with that. I think that's good. There you go. Very nice. Well, that ain't bad. I mean, look at that. So that's my first bit of actual forging that I've ever done. It's very loud. And I will take, I mean, I'm going to turn it off in future when I just need to get into the habit of it somehow. But yeah, I'm gonna, I don't know. I think that's pretty good. You could, you know, this is gonna become, by the way, in my next video I'm gonna make a pair of tongs using this, that, and a hammer. Okay, so that wasn't the end of the video. This is going to be the end of the video. So what I'm doing now is I'm using actually firewood. Somebody commented in the first video that actually is possible, and you seem to get up to a certain heat alright with it. I mean, I'm not chopping it into small bits as you should. But yesterday, if you remember, I showed you the bit I was messing around with, where I set it down here and there. I ended up kind of tapering the end and making a type of cold, or not a cold, a hot chisel punch, a hot punch, for punching out the holes for the actual tongs. And this will come in handy now for what I'm going to do next. I want to hang this on to the end of this video, just to make it more like, you know, it belongs here in a way. So I'm getting a strip of metal, and I'm going to make a kind of a, oh, I don't know what you call it, a brace or something, to basically brace these two down on either side using these, whatever you call them, bolts. And that's going to basically have that really sturdy from then onwards. That's the plan anyway. Let me just take that out. There's the hammer. there, but you do get it quite hot. Now, where were we? It's roughly there. Hang on, I messed that one up, didn't I? I managed to heat the middle section. I'm new to this, okay? I think I pushed it in too far. I just gotta adjust everything a little bit. Okay, bear with me. We'll get to it now in a second. There we are. Alright. But I tried to actually heat treat this, and that means basically that if it was a carbon steel, there's hardly any carbon in this. That's what I'm concluding, because it's not going. I managed to get myself a file today, and it's not going. It's not sliding off like glass as it should do. The actual file. This is a file test. You can actually test whether or not you manage to harden the piece of metal, and it's definitely just pretty much mild steel. So it'll do, I think. I suppose it'll do. No need to harden it, no need to heat treat it or temper it. Anyway, let's see if we have enough heat now. Let's go. Barely. I should have left it in there a bit longer. Let's just say we want it. Come on, don't be wasting time. Just want to mark it there roughly. Can see the spot. Okay, I'm going to end it now, this video, because I tried this evening now to, you know, I got it into the perfect shape, everything's fine, but trying to get this punched is nearly impossible, because, like, literally I'm trying to hold the punch, because it's quite hot, the actual steel, and I have no second tongs to hold on to it while I'm trying to hammer that in there, and it's just virtually impossible. So what I've learned is I'm going to need, out of this I'm going to make myself a pair of tongs, cut it in half, and then I can hold on to that, and when I need to make the hole for the tongs, I can just put this between my legs and just kind of like go like that basically. But it means I haven't finished this whole anvil setup, but you get the idea. That's what I'm thinking. Now I have a question for you to end this video. Does mild steel show temper colors? That's my question for you, because honestly I don't know. I would love to know. So that's it. Gonna finish the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you in the next one as well.